Interested in hosting a beach or an island destination wedding but have passport issues? Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Jack with Vacationese. Do me a favor and subscribe to the videos. You probably know that I do post videos every Tuesday about destination wedding planning. Okay, so every now and then we get contacted by someone that says, I want to have a beach destination wedding, but I have a problem. Either I or part of the wedding party or a guest does not have a passport. And I'm like, not a problem. You can get a passport, just takes time. Nope. There are actually people that cannot get passports in the United States. There are various legal reasons why people can't get them. I'm not going to go into that. But if you can't get a passport, no problem. So let's talk about what can be done. So if you want to have a beach destination wedding with an island vibe, but you don't have a passport, let's look at places in the United States. Now, if you look at any place along the East Coast, again, depending upon time of the year, you can hit the Jersey Shore, maybe Cape May. If you head further south, you can look at South Carolina, North Carolina. I think what we find is most people want more of a tropical environment. So at that point, I would tell people look at Florida, either the East Coast of Florida, Miami, Lauderdale, Delray, West Palm, or even going further, Key Largo or Key West. I think what you're going to find is prices are astronomical. You're not saving any money. It's just the vibe you're going to get because you have the passport problem. That's what you have an option of. You can go to the west coast of Florida, maybe Naples, Siesta Key, or that area, Marco Island. Again, when people look at the prices of the hotels there, they're high, and the actual cost of the events, very, very high. It'd be the same as having a wedding in Chicago, Boston, any big city. Now, if you're on the West Coast, you can also look at going over to California, Newport Beach, even San Diego. Again, prices are on the high side. And that's really it in terms of getting great weather during winter if you want. So that's continental United States. Now, if you're interested in more of a beach destination on an island, let's look at some options we have there. Hawaii, part of the United States, do not need a passport to travel. So you have a couple islands over there. Again, the issue with Hawaii is you have to get there. So if you're on the East Coast, you're talking 13 hours to get there. If you're on the West Coast, 5-7 hours, whatever it may be from Arizona, you just really have to research the flights. I will say this, when you look at the islands of Hawaii, hotel prices are high. The cost of doing a wedding there is high. There really are no all-inclusive resorts, which a lot of people want for their wedding. So again, no passports needed for Hawaii because it is part of the United States. Now, there's a couple places in the Caribbean that a lot of people forget about. So let's look at Puerto Rico. There are hotels in San Juan, Condado section, right on the beach, beautiful. And there are other places on the island of Puerto Rico that you can have weddings, Vieques. My Spanish is not good, but there are multiple beaches around the island that have resorts. Again, what I have seen is that the prices of many of these resorts are on the higher side. The wedding prices are on the higher side, cost of events. And again, there are no all-inclusive resorts. Decent flights from all over to get to Puerto Rico, and you do not need a passport as a U.S. resident. And then you have three more places. Collectively, let's call them U.S. Virgin Islands. No one ever understands that, but let's talk about it. So you have St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. The place that has the most hotels is going to be St. Thomas. There are probably 3 or 4 very nice hotels to choose from there. You do have one all-inclusive there. In my opinion, it's an older hotel that's expensive for what you get, but it is all-inclusive. You have many other hotels, condominiums, and things like that there that you can look at, but only really one all-inclusive. My experience has been the prices are on the higher side again, and there are no all-inclusives, but again, great place if you're restricted by passports. Another place is St. John. St. John is beautiful. Beaches are beautiful. Problem in St. John, you only really have 1 or 2 hotels over there. There are some condo complexes. You can't fly into St. John's. You have to fly into St. Thomas and take the ferry over from Red Hook into Cruz Bay. Amazing, amazing place. But again, only 2 hotels on the island. Your third place in the U.S. Virgin Islands would be St. Croix. There are 2 or 3 hotels there, limited flights to St. Croix, and the hotels are somewhat old. Again, my opinion is some of them are just run down. Periodically, there is an all-inclusive that's been open and closed over the years. Have never worked with it. I toured it a couple years ago and was not impressed. But again, take a step back. If you are restricted, either you or your guests, by passport issues, and you do want an island destination wedding, and you're a U.S. resident, these are the places that you can host a destination wedding, and your people, your guests, you can travel without a passport. So hopefully this information is helpful. Enjoy planning your destination wedding. If we could be of help, feel free to reach out to us. And I'm Jack with Vacation Ease.